All right. I think I am actually alive without any hiccups this time. I mean, other than the glare. How are you guys today? I'm going to be playing with some of the new release stuff from Trinity. I was just on Stamp Wars last weekend. Yeah, I believe it's Saturday. Last Saturday, I was on Stamp Wars, and we got Carrie's new release. Well, her part of the release, anyways. The cup or the Froyo. Excuse me. Oh, the Froyo Friends set. And then I made my own order, of course, because, why would I not? So these two, like this is my craft roulette card because it was the easel card. So I actually took paste and took the waffle cover plate and just kind of meshed them together and then used her sentiments for it's a little damp in here. It's ridiculous today. And then used the separate die set to do my sentiment to hold my little froyo up. And then this is the card I made on Stamp Wars. I am doing good. Could do with better weather, but it could be a lot worse. So yeah, this is one of my cards that I made for Stamp Wars. I just added some glitter to the little froyo. I used a stencil, but I'm going to show you what all we got in our Stamp Wars package. And then I'll go through the stuff that I purchased myself, and then we'll make some cards because it's Saturday. And what else are we going to do on a Saturday besides craft? So let me grab. Here's 1, 2, 3. And I always put my stuff in my Altenew packages just because it's easier for me to store. So what we got sent for Stamp Wars, and if you haven't seen Stamp Wars, it's Nancy Stamps has it on her channel. I need to figure out how to get it over to my channel too. It's kind of like craft roulette, but not craft roulette. And you have sabotages and stuff like that. Like you could have to craft with one hand, which thank goodness we did not have to do. So what we got was, of course, we got Carrie's whole set. I'm gonna take this out so there's no glare. And this one I actually had to put on 2. No, there's still a glare. Yeah, I haven't made any cards yet today. I need to. I have been wanting to do the Zen. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, kinda. But I've been wanting to do that for a while. I don't know if I just kind of lose what I'm doing and then set it down and forget about it. But this is Carrie's whole set. Now I do have the packaging on the back. So that way you can see everything that comes just in her set. And it's a lot. Like I was very impressed when I got this. You get 3 layers for the cookie, 2 layers for each of for the strawberry and the blueberry. You get a whole die just to cut out sprinkles. You got your little drizzle. You get 2 dies for the spoon. And then this little piece is for to make the cherry slide or the strawberry or blueberry. And then you do get the arms, legs, and faces. So that's what. Okay, this die right here. This is for the arms for the cherry. And then you got your little tongue sticking out, and then all your faces. And then this is for like if you want to do like a chocolate dip strawberry or whatever, element that you have. Hold on a second, guys. A random cat just walked into my shed. Not even mine. You're going the wrong way, buddy. Come this way. Come on. Somebody had dumped a cat in our area and they ended up having kittens under my gazebo. So this cat just comes in as it pleases. Are you gonna go this way? Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, 1 second. Oh my gosh. Here, buddy. Right here. There. Oh my gosh. The joys of having pets that aren't yours. I'll just leave that open. Okay. So, anyways, oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, these are my favorite magnetic sheets. I use these for everything. So that is Carrie's set. You get the bowl, and then of course you get your little froyo. Now this cuts out just these little swirly pieces, so you could wrap it around after you're done stenciling. Well, what's funny is they're not even my cat. I just, because it had kittens, I couldn't not feed it. So he has been hanging around a good bit. So okay, so everything I'm showing is what we got for Stamp Wars. And Tanisa was so incredibly generous and sent us all this. So it was me and Irene, and then Nancy and Tracy. And Tracy has been on Card Chaos before too. So this is not that one. This is the waffle texture cover plate. And this is pretty awesome. Like, you run it through your die cutting machine and it works. I mean, the pieces just fall right out. Now, what I like to do, because it is very thin, is I like to, yeah, that's what it feels like at this point, that it's our cat. But hopefully, I did find a home for one of the little kittens. And that's what, hopefully I can find homes for the rest of them. But I will do a double-sided adhesive. I'll put that on the back of my cardstock and then cut it, so I don't have to worry about trying to glue all of these like little intricate areas. And I'm going to die cut this later. Like you can see on this one, like just how like thin they are. But this can be used for all kinds of things, not just a waffle cone. Some of the suggestions were like a trellis. I thought of fishnets, but that's just because I have pinups all over my body. But yeah, it's not just for the waffle cone. Like there's so many, you could put it on baskets. And that's what Irene did. She made this die here into like a little fruit basket. So she took the die, she took the bowl, and then the blueberries, strawberries, and cherries, and then made her own little fruit basket with it. And that's what I did kind of with this card. So I took some stellar paste, just spread it out, laid this over top of it, and I didn't even glue it down, but I just die cut it over top of it. So it looks like it's like inlaid in there. Yeah, I mean, as thin as this is, I'll cut it here in a second. You can like weave stuff in through it and it looks really cool. And then we also were sent the Sprinkles letterpress plate. Now, I have not hot foiled with this just yet, but I'm going to. I did use the Lisa Horton interference inks on this, and that's what was on this card here. And I just letterpressed it in. I know it looks kind of smudgy. I don't know what I did. I think I picked up one of my black ink pads and just grabbed it, and it just smudged and looks a little messy. But you can letterpress with this. And the one that I did the other day, which I already sent out, was I just letterpressed it with no ink or nothing on there, and then took an ink pad and blended it all over it. And it really made the sprinkles pop out. So I can't wait to foil with this. I think this is going to look really nice foiled. And this could be good for all year long. Like, you don't have to just use it just for, ice creams or anything like that. So that was sent to us. Let me see. Let me grab the other ones real quick. Trying not to make a mess here. I actually just cleaned off my desk, which is not something I do very often. Okay, so this is the sentiments for the Froyo die set. So this is what I used for the inside of this card here. So we have something sweet for Froyo tummy. And then it has just friends, so cool, your, and then there's of course sweet and Froyo. But it just, I don't know, I love these because they have the little hearts cut out of the O's. And they're super cute. I did not know that the T was supposed to be upside down at first. So, I mean, it fits either way. So we got that, and then we got the Greetings Froyo card, stamp, and coordinating die. Like I said, Tanisa was like super generous when she was sending us this stuff. So these sentiments go with the Froyo set. Move that up here. So you have, I made this card, Froyo birthday. You put the swirl in my Froyo. Happy birthday, congratulations, thank you, with a cherry on top. At Froyo with sprinkles on top. Just Froyo, my friend. A gift, sweet tooth, ice cream tummy. Let's see, we go together like Froyo and gummy bears. You soften my heart, which I thought was adorable. It's a swirl, drizzle, and sprinkles kind of day, which is what I used for my Stamp Wars card. Thanks for being so chill. And then yogurt me at ice cream. And then of course it has these 3 little hearts that come with it. So then you have all the coordinating sentiments that go along. And that's nice because I hate fussy cutting sentiments for anything. I hate fussy cutting, period. So if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so that was everything that we got for Stamp Wars. Now, our thing was we had to make a shaker card, and then we had to use everything that was sent to us, which Tanita also sent, because I'm running out of my little glass jars, these 3 embellishments. So this one is the spring shaker pop, which looks like little sprinkles. And of course, we have itty bitty sprinkles. And then the Aurora Chunky shreds, which I love these. I use them a lot over Easter. And I don't know. They're just cute. I like them. I can't say no to embellishments. I mean, I have way more than I will ever use in my whole lifetime. So let me show you guys what I picked up from the new release. There's lots of new releases now. Pajama Crafter Stamps has a new release. Lawn Fun has a new release. I'm sure there are a lot more companies that have new releases. So I got, let's see, what should I start with? Okay, this one's let's do this one because I mixed up some of the other ones together just to kind of save some space on my magnetic mats. So I got the Hey Cutie stamp and die. I love this because my daughter loves the little cutie oranges. She's 21 and still loves the little cuties. So we have orange, you the zest. It's cute. Congrats on your little cutie. Glad. Better late than navel. We met. Your birthday. Hey cutie. I remembered. We have each other. And then I find you appealing. So yeah. And then it has the coordinating die set to pretty much cut everything out of the stamp set. So this one, I've mixed 3 different sets together. So we have the Tiny Bowl Buddy, which is this guy here. I figured that'd be a little easier. And then we have the Tiny Whisk and Wish die set. So that's got the cute little face with it, with the little tongue. This face cracks me up. So, and then I also have the Itty let me make sure. The tiny balloon assortment. So that's what all. So here's a tiny balloon assortment here. This is the. Yeah, I think they're adorable. I don't have enough stuff in. Okay, I lie. I do have a lot of stuff, but some of my stuff, like I just don't have a lot of. So this here and here, that's the from the tiny bull buddy. Say that 3 times fast. And then of course you have his face, you have the spoon, and then you have your ice cream, and then your drizzle for your ice cream, and then you have 2 little cereal pieces. And of course your sprinkles. And then the tiny whisk and wish, you have the big bowl, the whisk, which is here, and there's your pieces for that. Your little piece of cake, your bowl, yeah. And then you have a plate. So that's those 3. I do try to maximize my space with those. Okay. Oh, as I'm throwing stuff all over the place. So then I also picked up the Pantry Box Branding Basics. There is a lot of sentiments in this one. I'm just going to lay that guy down here. And then I did get the, let me open this up real quick. And it's going to be messy because I was playing with it. I did get the Crafty pantry box. I know it looks like it's a lot of pieces, and it is a lot of pieces, but they create the cutest little box, whether it's cereal, cake mix, whatever. I think I'm going to use it for my ice cream or my cake. So there's a lot of pieces with this one. And then I got the Funfetti Alphabetti die set. And then what I like to do, especially with like alphabet dies, is I will cut them out of a craft and put them on a piece of scrap color cardstock that I have. So that way I can just pull this out and see which font that I want to use on, any of my alphabet sets. It just makes it a lot easier just to pull this out instead of trying to look, on that. And then last but not least, we have the Orangey Glad, which is the big orange, which goes with the circle card set, which I have. And I'm going to be making one of these today with the nano spinner because I've been waiting to make this spin with the nano spinner. And I think I'm going to use the Hey Cutie as well. And then I also got the Simply Sentimental, the strips, because I have a couple of these already. I need to I did not pick up the sprinkles, but I try to do it in different orders so I'm not like bombarded and overwhelmed with the new releases. So that just cuts out all the little sentiments in. Hope I didn't put that away yet. Probably did. It probably did. I did. But the Simply Sentimental stamp set, there's little sentiments in there. Let me just double check, because this will drive me bananas not to know where I put it. I was working on my craft roulette card last night, and I'm trying to figure out how to, because I don't have the die for it, make a tiny hourglass that will be a shaker. And I went through every single one of my dies and stamps, and I do not have anything like that in my stash, which is kind of odd. Yeah, that's the only one I really do it with, is just my alphabets, because then I can just pull that paper and I don't have to go through each one and, worry about which one, open it up. And because anytime I open stuff up, like I always make a mess. I always drop something and then I can't find it forever. And then I'm missing like an A or something that I essentially need. I don't have those handy, I guess. I thought I did. Let me double check here. I thought I might have put them back. I've been trying to clean all day and get my craft room back in order because it is a disaster right now, as most of our craft rooms are. Yeah, or any like small die sets, I do that with too. Like oh, that's not the paper. I actually just finished cutting out um the this one with all three with the tiny bowl and whisk, and I just cut that out. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Sorry, I didn't shake the camera, guys. So I just cut it out and cut it out of white and threw it on some black cardstock so that I can kind of cut around and then put those in with my dies, just so I know what goes with what set. Because sometimes, like we've seen with this one, the Crafty Pantry, like I kind of didn't put everything back together, so now I'm about to try to lay this all out again. So let's go ahead. So that's all I got for Trinity's new release so far. Excuse me. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a couple cards here. I am going to make some shaker cards. That's why I got my pouches out. So that way it doesn't take forever, because sometimes with me it does. So let's grab, these ones can go back. Set them over here. So we have the Orange You Glad. And what I'm going to do is probably stamp them out. So I grabbed 3 of my orange inks from Simon Hurley. So I have Traffic Cone, Check Engine, and then Guppy. So I think I'm going to use these to color in my little orange. And I want to put him on top of the big orange. Where did I? Hot Mess Express over here. Would not be a Terra video without it. Let's see, where did I put that? This is the problem of having too many things. You set one thing down and you can find nothing the entire time. Okay, so okay, there we go. So I think I'm going to stamp this though with the orange and see how it does, and then probably use that to color it in. I'm also going to put together the Crafty pantry box, because I feel like if you don't see how it kind of goes together, the pieces can seem really overwhelming. So let me grab some cardstock here and we will get to making. What did you guys think of the parameters for Craft Roulette this week? There is a lot of debate going on about what a fun flip fold is, which is interesting, because to me it was something else than what was shown. But I mean, if that's the easier way to do it, that might be the way that I go. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to watercolor the flip fold. Yeah, the flip fold. The tartan I don't mind, because that's pretty easy to, put those colors together. The other thing that threw me was the bow. Yes, that's exactly what I thought it was too. Was where you open it up and it kind of like kind of spins, but not really spins. If that makes any sense. I think I'm gonna watercolor. I haven't watercolored in a while. I need to pull out my Zig markers. Find my. Put that there. And the time, I thought the time was fine, but the footfold, that one was it kind of threw me off just a little bit. So I've been like looking up different folds just because I don't think I've ever made. No, I take that back. I did make one. I couldn't tell you where it's at or what I did with it. But yeah, it was different than what Mary described. But just like the parameters, it's open, obviously it's open to interpretation. Sure. Yeah. Let's save this piece. And I do have the alcohol markers. Yeah, I definitely thought that's what it was. Ugh, chair got stuck. Okay. I'm excited to see how everybody interprets it. But I think that's what I'm going to do is do the one where you open it and it kind of flips to the side. Because the ones that I've looked up, that's all that's popped up is that one. And then the oh gosh, what was the other one? It was like a circle or a shape cut out of it, and then the shape was the thing that spun. Or like opened up, I guess. All right, let's stamp this. I have not used this stamp set yet. I've been working on a ton of projects lately. And today I just wanted to just play around with some stuff. We had to take our doggie to the vet yesterday. And previously we found out that she had Lyme's disease, which I guess has been really bad in our area because of how not cold the winter was this year. And she's an American bully. So she's a little stubborn, and she just was not feeling good yesterday or Thursday. So we got her into the vet. Yeah, so they gave her like 12 like different medications. Thankfully, she does not give us very much trouble if we put it in some chicken or something, but it just makes me kind of feel bad that she is under the weather. And I am stamping this on watercolor paper. Yeah, I like that orange. I'm gonna stamp this out do this a couple times. And we thought maybe it was because she had been kind of acting funny. So we thought, because we had to put our other dog down earlier this year, actually just like a month or so ago, we thought maybe she was missing her because they had grown up together. All right, I'm just gonna flip this, and then I'm gonna go in with a different color. This is watercolor paper. So we thought maybe she was missing her, but when we took her in, they said that she had a fever and probably just an infection. So they gave us a bunch of antibiotics, and they don't know. Like all of her blood levels and stuff came back fine, but they don't know if it's from the limes or if it's just like some random infection. And of course, I got a fly in here. Oh, my husband got this little salt shooter, and he is pretty good at it, but it just takes care of the flies. I'll have to post a picture of her. Her name's Delilah. So we had Daisy and Delilah. But she's doing a lot better today than she has been. So that's a good relief, because I don't think our dog Daisy, she was the first pet we had to had to let her go. I hate saying put to sleep because it just makes me feel bad. But she was our first pup that we had to let go. And it was a little rough for the kids because they had grown up with her. I'm gonna let that dry for just a second. Actually, I should. Oh, can't. So when I go live on Instagram as well, and I hate that I can't see the comments in there. It is, people don't realize, like, I think people who don't have pets don't realize, like, that's a member of your family. And you don't think about it until it gets closer to, their time. And she was 16, so she had lived a great, great life. And we just felt like, Delilah was missing Daisy a little bit. But here she just had an infection. So hopefully all these meds will help. let's stamp this out. So I should have told you what I stamped that out with first. It was Traffic Cone um, from Simon Hurley. And this one is, I believe this is Guppy. Yeah. And I have one more piece of watercolor paper that I'm going to use. So I did not prep these. I don't, 9 times out of 10, I do not prep a stamp. I will just stamp with it the first time. Sometimes I just don't have time to prep them. And usually they stamp without any issue. I don't think I've ever had a set that does not. Yeah, it's crazy. We were scared when we lost Daisy that Delilah wouldn't be too far behind because Delilah's 10. Yeah, she's 10. Um, my husband had got her from his buddy, and she is the last. Now, my husband's buddy did pass away, but she's the last pup in this litter that is still living. The other ones had gotten cancer, um, which is, pretty sad in itself. So Delilah is the last of her litter, like ever. And I feel like when she goes, my husband's going to take it a little bit harder because it was his friend that we had got her from. So normally I wouldn't stamp this many times, but it is watercolor paper. So I want to make sure that I get a good impression. And I tend to tap a little bit later because this one is a foam pad. And if I press too hard, it's going to squish in there. Did they reschedule the baseball game? Or are you guys just done for the year then, Clinda? Okay, we'll let that guy sit. And I'm going to stamp one more time with check engine. So this is Guppy. And then this is Traffic Cone. And then I will stamp it one more time with check engine. Yeah, it definitely is hard to say goodbye to pets. It's sad. Oh no. Did they make it? Are they in the playoffs then? Oh, they will not be rescheduled. Okay. That kind of stinks for the kids. I hate when they do that. I mean, it's nice for the parents, I guess, but I always feel bad when they don't get to play out like their last final games. Oh, and by the way, congratulations, Benita, on being on Pajama Crafter Stamps. It's a fun team. See, my son graduated in COVID. And so our stuff, they missed out on so much stuff, and I just felt so bad for their senior year. All right, one more. Yeah, that's I hate when they do that. At least let them play at least like the last like 2 games, even if they're not going to the playoffs. Like, what's it really gonna hurt? My son played for a couple years when he was younger, and I wish he would have stuck with it. Okay, so those are done. Um, but all my kids are band kids. So we didn't have sports, but I mean, obviously we were at every single football game known to man. And our team actually made it to the playoffs this year or last year. And it was not fun because it was freezing. Okay, let's get these guys back on here. And I'm going to use my inks to color these in the opposite colors I stamped them in. Except for now, I wish I would have stamped the leaves and the stem in a different color. Oh, that will be nice. Yeah, we have a great team on Pajama Crafter Stamps. Pajama Crafter Stamps. Yeah. I have to always repeat it to myself just to make sure that I'm saying it right every time. That'll be good though. I mean, it's nice that the kids stay active, especially, in the spring and summer and stuff. And in the fall, there's not like a whole lot to do. I mean, there's not here anyways. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I always keep a bottle of water in my little craft area because, if not, I'm going to have to run into the house. And I got these little cups. I think they're from the Dollar Tree that I use for my water. So that way I'm not having to go out and get a bunch of little cups. I have a spray bottle of water somewhere and I cannot find it for the life of me. So I just keep it. It is. That's why I just say PCS. I'm going to smush these down on surface here. I really should have stamped these. This might not go the way I want it to go, but we're going to just roll with it. I can always restamp if I need to. I'll throw a little bit out there. Yeah. I don't swim. I wish I could swim, but I cannot. So I tend to stay away from I like to put my feet in. That's about as much of the water as I get to do. I had a bad experience when I was younger, so I have not swam. Okay, I'm just going to grab a couple little paintbrushes here. I'm going to use this little one from Alta New. My daughter is in a construction program at her school, so she's been looking she's been looking to get into, like, we have like Ace Hardware. I don't know if you guys have that wherever I'm not sure about you, Benita, because I know nothing about that other side of the pond, but just a construction trade job, and then that counts as her credit for her tech program, so she'll get the work, and then the rest of her classes are online for her. This is her senior year, so this is my last kid graduating. You don't have any girls, Kalinda? Oh my gosh, I love my daughters, but I'm telling you, there are certain times where I could think I would probably have done better with boys. Start off with this. We'll start here. I think I used the same ink twice. I'm not going to get super close to the edge because these are water reactive too. Not to the point where it's going to like really spread out too far, but I don't want to get a whole lot of that ink going where it's not supposed to. Yeah, it is. It's nice that the school lets them do that. That's too funny. I thought my last one, my son begged and begged after I had my middle daughter he wanted a brother so bad. So when I was pregnant with my youngest, we actually took him with us to the ultrasound to find out if it was, going to be a boy or girl. And I felt so bad because he was like so upset. I cried, but pregnancy hormones, of course I cried. when I found out that it was a girl, and then I felt bad that I cried because it was a girl. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I mean, I love him either way, but it was just I felt I think I cried more because I felt bad that it was gonna be a girl and not a baby brother that he asked for so long. So these inks are really easy to watercolor with. And I'm just laying down this base color because I'm going to use a technique that Sarah Liz used for her cupcake or for her cake. I don't know if you guys seen that video, but she did I think it was in her hot video on how she made her cake like actually look like cake. Yeah, I could have sworn my youngest was going to be a boy, and it was not. It was a girl, and it just was. I felt so bad. I felt like I like let him down. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even get this right. And we're gonna color this one too, just slightly, because I'm gonna take a water. I'm gonna take a pencil. Oh, I should have used my. I may pull them out. I have the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. Because I also thought this would look really good too as a grapefruit instead of just an orange. The big one, anyways. See, the ink doesn't really move once it's there. But I'm going to add some texture using the technique that she used for her cake, which I thought was just genius. Why I never thought to use it before, it was beyond me. Same. Like I wouldn't change anything about the kiddos now. Like I am happy that they are all excuse me, to the point where they are grown pretty much and they can just do what they need to do. I feel like this top one, this I don't think this is I think this is guppy. I really like the color of that one. And this is just I'm just laying this down just to get the color on here so that I can add the texture to it. Because you know oranges are bumpy and lumpy. I thought about using my markers for these, but I've been using them so much lately, I kind of forget that I enjoy like watercoloring too. But I think I am excuse me. I'm also going to make a grapefruit with the circle set. So in July, I'm going to be doing a company spotlight on a newer company that I went to the Nashville Craft Retreat for, and they're great. They are fantastic. Like I really enjoy working with small businesses. It's much different than designing with a huge company that I don't know, like scrapbook.com or anything like that. Okay, let's start off with these two. So you can see that some of that ink already started to kind of spread around a little bit. So now what I'm going to do, and this is what Sarah Liz did, and I was like, what? This was the why I couldn't think about why I did. Oh my gosh, words, words, words. Why I never used this before. So what she did, I don't mind mine because I use it a lot. She took her adhesive eraser, dunked it into the ink, and this added like so much texture to her cake. Now I probably should have, and it's okay if I mess up on this one. I probably should have went in with that other color. But yeah, she just put it on the back of her adhesive eraser and it added texture to it, which I thought was genius. So this guy looks like a hot mess right now, but you can kind of see where I'm going with the texture of it. So this would probably do good too, like down here on these little orange slices, if I could keep it inside the lines. But since I have the die cuts, it's not that, big a deal. But yeah, your adhesive eraser. Who would have freaking thought? I didn't. And it's not porous, so it's not going to soak up the ink. So I'm actually just going to take my little microfiber cloth and just wipe it off. Make sure you wipe it off before you use it again, though, because you don't want to go to use it and you still have ink on there. So just make sure you wipe it off. So I think what I'm going to do for this... Oh, I already made a mess. Okay, we're going to go to the other one then. I probably should have just die cut him out. You know what? Maybe let me grab... Let me grab my watercolor pencils. I love the ones from Tim Holtz. They're just so easy to use. And I don't have to lay any stuff down. I can just take it right from the pencil. Use this one. Let's see. We have a bunch of oranges in here. Spice Marmalade. What is this? Right Persimmon. Okay, that's the one I wanted. So what I do with these, I just take my watercolor, my brush, a little dab of water, pick up some color, and just lay it on down. And these are like super pigmented, so I really don't have to pick up a whole lot more color. Just keep my brush damp, and it will pick up and spread really nicely. So as you guys can see, I am not a fast card maker. Yeah, like I would have never, ever thought to use that. I don't know why. I mean, it's a tool. But people kind of come up with some of the best ways to use their tools. I think next time I'm going to stamp this guy out in black. Jeez. Too much, too much. I think while this guy is drying, I'm going to stamp him again in black on some Bristol Smooth. I mean, you do get the nice texture from the watercolor paper, but I don't want the stem or the leaf to be orange. And I'm also going to add some yellow to this too. So that way we have a variation of color and it's not just one solid orange color. Yeah, I just kind of, like to take my time. I'm very finicky. Like, I want to make sure everything looks right as well. That's why I usually don't turn my craft roulette card in until usually Tuesday. I don't know how some of these guys can get it done so fast and have it turned in like while everybody else is still crafting. I can't do it. I got to be able to like go through my mind like what my ideas are. Okay. Oh, look, see, I've already put my hand into it. Okay. I'm going to set these guys aside to dry. And I'm going to stamp this out real quick in black. And I will probably heat emboss it. That way I don't have to worry about me putting my hand in it and smearing it all over the place. Yes, me too. I have to be able to let them like sit for a minute so I know what I want to do. All right. Let me grab some Bristol Smooth here. So here's our Bristol Smooth. Let me wipe this up before I make a mess and put my hands in everything. Stay there. I'm sorry you guys can hear all the outside noise. I do have my door open because it's humid here right now. All right, put this down. Yeah, I think I am going to heat set this so that way it's I don't have to worry about smearing anything. So you guys have plans for tomorrow? How was your weekend gone so far? Ours has been a little chaotic, but such is life. Have you guys ever watched Stamp Wars before? Yeah, same. I pretty much just tune it out anymore. Okay, let me grab my Misty. I mean, sometimes it's nice and relaxing. But there are times where it's just like, oh, so much noise. Like we live right next to a park, so we get all the noise from the park as well. Like they do a lot of their baseball games at our park. So we get to hear it all. Stamp him out again. What's this? Ink. I've got ink on it, that's okay. Unplug the phone. There we go. Oh yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, there's times where I've had to like walk away from them too because like stuff happens. That is life. 100%. Okay, let me grab, I don't know where it's at. I'm not even gonna worry about it because I'm gonna use clear. One, I know my lives can go kind of long too without, um, well, that was the first time. Okay, straight and flip it so I can heat emboss on it. I'm still getting my feet wet with the lives, so I know that they can kind of drag on a little bit, but it gives me something to, work on. I don't think the stamp was that clean. Hi, Jana. Thanks for popping in. We are making some cuties. Trying to, anyways. Yes, happy Saturday. For the longest time this morning, I could have swore today was Sunday until I realized my husband was off work. Fridays and Saturdays are his days off. Oh, no, get on there. Yep. All right. There's some clear embossing powder on this guy. Put my copy on. Now you could have totally stamped this with clear and used an orange embossing powder, which if you use Bruce Monroe has like every color embossing powder known to man. You could easily emboss this with an orange. And this one doesn't have to be perfect because I'm cutting them out anyways. I do want to make sure it's all covered. All right, I'm going to mute myself for just a second so it's not loud when I heat emboss because my heat embossing gun is loud. So I will be back in 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's just loud, and I know that it gets annoying. So you're all heat embossed. Yeah, I don't know why. This week kind of dragged on too. Like I don't know if it's because now the kids are out of school and we're just kind of getting on the summer routine now, or if it's maybe the weather. I don't know. It just was weird. So I always tell everybody, anytime anybody wants a live stream and they don't want to go live by themselves, I am more than happy to go live with you guys. Um, I know it's not for everybody, but I know it's kind of intimidating to go live by yourself. Sorry. Non-alcoholic, I promise. Just need a little pep in my step for today. So I am going to use that same. I think what I'm going to do is use spice marmalade and then that ripe persimmon to give it a little bit of different color variation. Sometimes when I'm stuck on colors, I will grab my color cube. I actually grabbed it for this card and grabbed, I think it was set 2 or 3. Yeah, I'm more than happy to go live with anybody. Like, you just got to let me know when. I stay home, so I don't really have a life. So I'm going to go in with my ripe persimmon. These are the distressed watercolor pencil. Yeah, see, this is why I heat embossed. And this is in ripe persimmon. Grab my towel so I don't smear this all over the place. Thankfully, they are watercolor, so if I do smear it, I can just pick it up with a little bit of water. Yeah, I am. I am kind of a hermit, and it's not. Oh, why did I just do that? Not always a bad thing. I'm just going to add some water here. There we go. Just a little bit. Much better. And I am going to go in and add some more texture too with that. Adhesive eraser. See, when I get real close to the lines, I gotta stop talking because I'm trying to concentrate so I don't go out of the lines like I just did. Now, I feel like maybe I may have mixed up my Bristol Smooth because this is not going on as nicely as Bristol normally does. Of course, when you have 10,000 white papers in your stash, something's bound to get. It's not. Yay. That's okay. I will just go in with my alcohol markers because I don't want to mess this up anymore. Just cut this off. Find my scissors. See, this is what happens when you clean your desk. You can't find anything, even though you put it away. We're just gonna let that guy go. Actually, I can save this piece. Now, typically, I would say don't use your alcohol markers after you've heat embossed, but because I've already done it, that's where we're going. Let me move these guys out of the way. See, you just got to pivot. It just happens. Okay, see, I use StreamYard for all of my lives. It has been, I tried to figure out OBS and I couldn't do it. But StreamYard has been great because I can put any banner up I want. I could put add as many people. I think I can add up to 10 people to this. Like, I can screen share. I don't know anything really about OBS. Okay, let me grab my alcohol markers. I took them on the retreat with me, so I have some of them packed away. Or should I just use this guy? You know what? Oh, okay, I have the coloring. Let me grab my alcohol markers. And I use the Altenews just because they're easy for me to hold in my hand. I've tried I've tried Copics, I've tried Olos, I have tried them all, but the Altenews seem to just feel better in my hand and give me less hand fatigue than any of my other markers. See, they're in a pouch because I took them with me. And what I like about the Altenew markers is that they already come like almost in their own color combination, so I don't have to like sit here and guess which ones that I want to use. Grab these two sets. Yep, this one's got green in it. Okay. Let's put off my desk. And let's see what this. I don't want that dark of an orange. Okay, perfect. So when I use my alcohol markers, I always start lightest to darkest. For me, it's just easier. I know where my shadows and stuff are going to be. Now, when I am using my alcohol markers after I've heat embossed, I just try to stay away from that embossed line. I'll get as close as I can to it. And thankfully, since these are alcohol markers, or since they're brush tip, I can get really, really close without touching that line. Because it'll mess up your nibs if you go over the heat embossing, over the line that you've embossed on. That would probably be a super long trip too. Because you're in Sweden, right, Benita? I try to remember where everybody's from, but you know how that goes sometimes. And I'm just rough coloring this guy just to get that color down. Yeah, the Olos look great. Like I have Olos. For me, it's hard for my hands. Like these have like a little, like it's kind of like a triangle, like the Spectrum Noir. Um, oh yeah, there are. I know they said they were going to give away. I think it was next week. I could be wrong. Giving away a ticket for the virtual. We're driving, so it's only like 12. I think it's like 12 hours away from us. We enjoy a good road trip, and we have never been to Kansas City. And I'm excited for my pod because I believe I'm sitting with Sarah Liz, Lauren, um, Crafty Al. And I have to look and see who else because I can't remember. And this will be my first time at Craft Roulette Live. I really like this color, but I like the other orange too. I'm just gonna flick on the side. A little bit of texture, and that's why I'm going with that ink and have that little bit of texture. Yeah, you never know. You could win that virtual ticket if you got your card submitted. I was lucky and I was able to get mine like right when they right when we were right, oh my gosh, right when they opened it up for um like I guess non-returning members. Oops. Yes, see, got to be positive about it because you never know what could happen. This orange may look funky, but we're just going with it. Well, you're on it. See, I haven't even started my card yet. I need to figure, like I said, I got to figure out a way how to make this hourglass because it's going to drive me nuts until I can figure this out. I know I need to get on it. I just have not done it yet. The candle keeps going out. This wind. But I have to keep the doors open because it gets too hot in here. So for the orange, the circle part, I am just going to cut that out of colored cardstock in it and just add just a little bit with my alcohol markers. So you guys don't sit here and see me struggle the whole time. Yeah, see, I get like that, and then if I don't write down what I want to do, then I get very overwhelmed. Or I'll forget. So I literally write everything down. Oh, it's a good package. You will have all kinds of stuff to play with. That's not dark enough. Yes, I did grab a hoo, which I do have those, and they're okay. I'm just going to keep the white parts white for right now. I'm going to die cut this out along with the other thing, and then we can start putting this guy together. This would be really fun to make shakers with too, to have a bunch of little orange slices inside the shaker. Let me grab my dies. So if anytime I'm doing a live and you notice that my live goes away, it's because I've lost internet. Sometimes it'll come back right away and it'll just kind of glitch on me. But sometimes it stops my whole live altogether. Where did I put those? Oh. No. Okay, I gotta find where I put my dies now. Right in front of my face. Yeah, ain't that crazy? Like, I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, I was hoping that it wouldn't, and then all of a sudden, it was gone, and I tried everything to get it to come back on, and nothing worked. It is so frustrating, especially when, like, you're in the middle of talking and you don't realize, like, the live went away and you're just talking to yourself. I've done that several times. Here's my magnetic tape. Get this guy on here. And I use the little mini um Empress to do my die cutting like this. Just for these little pieces. It just makes it so much easier. Now I have to use my big machine for the other one, which I'm going to try to cut these both at the same time. I think one of my kids actually came in. They're like, "Mom, you're not live no more." I'm like, oh, "Okay." So I've just been sitting here talking to myself for like the last 10 minutes. All right. Look how nice that came out. Both of those guys. Now this is not my most perfect coloring, and that is I am a-okay with it right now because I just want to get the spinner card made. I'm gonna grab my orange cards, my orange and white cardstock. That's why I like buying the multi-pack. I guess they're the let's see. Thankfully I have about 10,000 oranges. So I'm going to be using these two. Oh yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with the design team package. So I'm going to cut out my base in this orange, and then my little orange slices are going to be in this lighter orange. And thankfully, because I have the big one, the big Empress, I can cut these both out at the same time. Makes it nice because then I don't have to sit there and wait for both pieces to be cut. And I like this paper. This must be tonic paper because there's texture to it. And I don't remember where I even got that paper from. Actually, I want to do the orange leaf. That's what I need. So I'll grab some green for that. And then, like I said, all of them can be die cut together. Oh, that's not too far away. I know it seems very far, but it does not seem too far away. Okay, so again, I'm just cutting the same, using the same colors for my words and my shadow layer. I'm going to fill these on the big machine. Nice as all my plates are like right here under my desk. That way I don't have to look for them like I do everything else. And I love this circle set, like the circle card, because you can do so many things, not just, oranges and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this set. So let me cut this out and I'll be right back. one pass. I'm going to set these to the side for a second so I can show you guys how that waffle cover plate works, because it's really cool. And you don't have, like I said, you don't have to use it for um just for ice cream. Oh, missed that me. That's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Let me see. What is this? Will that work? Okay, so this is just a piece of pink colored cardstock. And if I can find the right area where I laid that, I can cut that out. Which is probably over here. Nope, just kidding. Where did I lay that? See, this is why I don't clean my craft room, because I know where things are when I don't clean it. When I do, I can find nothing. Okay, that's the whisk and the bowls. Switch. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so here is that cover plate. And I'm just going to lay this, like, thankfully, this is just a regular A2 size piece of cardstock that I have left over. I'll show you guys how easy this is to pop out of here. Right? Yeah, it's just, even though I know where that I was the one who put it away, I still can't find it. Okay. So, okay, I literally just lifted the die up off of my mat. And you see all them pieces just came right out. I have not had a die that has pieces that, I mean, there it is. Not a piece stuck in there. I mean, it's all on my we're just gonna leave that on the magnetic sheet. But yeah, I mean, that was like the easiest die cover plate I've ever used, where it all just pops out. And I don't have to sit there and poke each individual one out for, ever. We may use him on the card. But yeah, every time I clean my craft room, I can't find anything. I'm the one who puts it away, and I still can't find it. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece again, because I want that white layer for my orange, and pop that through. Now this one won't go through my little mini one, just too wide. And if they do stick, this is what I do. And they all just pop right out. Doesn't hurt my die or anything. Here, sir. Okay, let me grab these pieces here so that I have my white outline from orange. Yeah, it never fails. It never fails. Even though I know where things go, I still can't ever find them. My little cat buddy is back. And if you don't have your little boogie tool around, use your reverse tweezers. It'll pop right out. So we have our base. Let me get these things out of my way here. And then we have our white core. And I'm going to save this for another project. So then all these like light orange pieces will go inside there. And where I'm going to put my spinner at is right here, dead center. So I'm going to glue this down first, and then I'll kind of tuck my pieces in there. Yeah, it never fails. It's great. And then I get mad when I can't find something that I put away. I think I would have been more prepared. I had everything set out just where I wanted it, and I've already made a mess and can find nothing. What is this one? So I have two of these. One, I lost the I bent the tip, and the glue just doesn't come out right anymore. So I picked up another one, and the one that the tip is bent, I just keep a little pin in, so that way my glue doesn't dry out. So that way, at any given time, I have two full things of glue that I can use, and not have to stress about finding, refilling my glue in the middle of a project. So I keep them full and then just change them out. Or like I have the other one that it comes with has that big tip on it. I will also fill that one up and just change out the tips. So that way I always have the thin layer of it, or the thin side of it, I guess. The smaller end of it, that's better. And I'm not worried about the glue seeping out because I'm going to be covering them with the pieces, the light orange pieces. Yeah, I mean, cleaning your craft room is like telling your kids to clean the room and they just shove everything under the bed, and then yeah, it's not on my top things to do. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue down these pieces, and I'll add a little bit of texture to them too. Actually, let me add the texture to them first before I do that. That glue will be fine for a minute. It's pretty damp here. I don't want to say the M word because some people, I also cringe with it too. So let me grab, where is it? Let me grab Guppy. And I'm going to take that adhesive eraser again, the cleaner side, and just dunk it in there. Oh, geez. I'm trying not to drop my ink pad. And I'm just going to just a little bit of texture on there, just so they're not just all stark. And so kudos to Sarah Liz for posting this, because it is a great little hack to add texture to any of your little background pieces. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. And then you just wipe your eraser off, and that is it. I'm gonna let that dry for just a second. Those are not all my pieces. They can't be. Nope. I knew it. I mean, this does have a little bit of texture to it. I don't know if I can't see it, but there is a little bit of texture to this cardstock anyways. I just like adding a little bit extra to it. And since I still have, let's see if this is dried. No, it hasn't dried. It hasn't even dried yet. So I can go, I don't even need to go back in my ink pad, I don't think, to add a little bit of texture. Because it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want a little bit. Just remember to clean it off before you use it to remove any adhesive, or you're going to be kind of sad when you take it across your paper and you have streaks of color. I'm just going to grab my reverse tweezers here and just start with the ones that I did a minute ago. So there. So yeah, now you can see it adds just a little bit of texture compared to the ones that didn't have anything on them. And it's nice because these pieces are so big that you don't really have to. Oh my gosh. Okay, you don't want to do that. I can fill all these in with glue. And I already have a circle shape base cut, thankfully, because I know it's already been a while. That I can just pop that on too. So this should be dry enough. We're just gonna pop these in. This would also look, you could also use these as little pizza slices too. That would be kind of cute. You can add your texture of your like your sauce or cheese. So just because you have one product doesn't mean there's not multiple ways to use it. Like you can always use it for different things. Like I could totally see me making a pizza with this set and still using my circle shape base and make a little pizza with it and add all my toppings. All right, almost done here. And I might do that. Not right now, but test it out and see how it's going to work. So I have my nano spinners. Let me grab those. I have not used these yet. I have been saving these for this project or for this release. Where little nano spinners. They come in this little container. Now you could do this with a brad too, and just keep it kind of, don't close it all the way. There they are. Nope. Yeah, is that it? Nope. Oh my gosh. See? Have to stand up to find them. Okay, where did you go? Little minnow spinners. And because Chelsea was sold out of them for a little bit, I don't know if I got this from Simon Says Stamp when I went to create, and we got like a 20% off coupon for that, and I think free shipping as well. So I used that that coupon and got quite a bit. Let's see if I can actually find my spinners, because they come in a little case. Kind of, they're in a little case like this, but I can't find them. And if I can't find them in a second, I guess I'll just use Amanda's. But I really wanted to use the little nano spinners today. Usually I'm a little bit more organized. Not a whole lot, but a little bit more organized. Where would I put them? I'm sure they're sitting right in front of my face and I'm just looking past them. This is what happens when you have too many things in your craft room. Okay, where did you go? Oh no. Where would I put you? Okay, guys, give me just a second here to find these because I really want to use them. Get some of this stuff out of my way here. See, when you think you're prepared, something always goes missing. I just thought the nano spinner would look cute with that little the little orange spinning, the little cutie spinning. No, where did they go? Okay, this is going to be irritating. Because my idea was to put the nano spinner here in the middle with this little guy so that he spins around on the orange. But now I can't find them. This fly is going to drive me insane as well. Okay, so next time you guys go live, don't clean your craft desk before you go live because you'll not be able to find anything. Because I thought I was for sure prepared. Just move some stuff around here. Now, I have a feeling the second I turn my camera off, I'm going to find these. And it will drive me insane. Oh, I think I found them. I did. I just put them in different spots. See? This is why you don't do that. Okay, so we have the nano spinner. And these are tiny. Like itty bitty tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a dot of glue here. And I'm going to try to lay this down there. Where's my pickup tool? So it's right here. Let's see if I can pick this up with the pickup tool. Yes. Now this is going to be a little bulky. And then I'm going to add glue right to the top of that. And then place my little orange right on top. Oh gosh, things are moving. And I'm just going to hold it here for a minute. Now, this should, if I'm thinking it's going to work how I think it's going to work, it should spin for me. Oh, I didn't even touch it. I'm going to let it dry for just a second. I probably could have scooted it down just a little bit. But this is it's just going to have to work like this for today. So we have our little orange. Look, he's just going by himself. Okay, see, this is why you need nano spinners in your life. For this exact reason. So we have our little cutie orange who's spinning, having the time of his life with his little smile. Now I need to order more of these. I'm going to set them on the table for a second and go grab my card base. Put my orange together. Well, my sentiment. Okay. Oh, that makes me so happy that worked. I was a little bit nervous that it wasn't going to. Now I'm going to sit here all day and do this. See his little happy little orange. So I probably am not going to add the stem or the little leaf to the orange slice just because I want him to kind of be like the center of the card. And he's just going to spin for days. I am just grabbing my card base and then we'll put it together and that will be a wrap for today. I'm just going to try to make 3 cards, but I don't want to keep you guys any longer than what I have so far. I know it's Saturday and people have things to do, but I just wanted to pop on and show you guys, how fun those old nano spinners can be and all the fun stuff that I got for the new release. Like there's very few new releases that I actually buy from anymore. Trinity and Papercraft stamps and them will always be on my top list of things to, or top companies to buy from. That and Lawn Fawn. I love Lawn Fawn. Give me just a second, guys. I'm just grabbing this base. And if I can't find it, then we will just end on having just a little. There it is. Okay. 1 second, guys. I keep all the circle bases separate from all my other bases so they don't get smashed. Because the other ones are a lot easier just to you know, the regular A2s. And I believe I cut it out of that same orange that I used for the little slices. Okay, so here is my card base. Sorry, took me a second there. There's my card base. Yeah, I'm sure it's like super late there for you. So I'm just gonna glue this guy on real quick and then I'll add the sentiment and then post it later. So that way you guys can see the card itself. But how freaking cute is that little guy spinning on that card? So I will glue this guy down. Add the sentiments and then I will post pictures later. But having that card base is so nice because I don't have to try to make my own. Not that it's not impossible to do, it's just easier to have the base. So we're just going to glue this guy on here like that. And then you can just add any sentiment you want to it. And that's, you know, there's your card base. Okay, so it's 5:18 here, 5:18 p.m. So yeah, there's our little guy. And I will add the little orange slice on the inside of the card. I try to decorate the insides of them. So I will add that with the orange sentiment. I'll just pop that right there so you can kind of see. And I'll probably say orange, you glad I find you appealing or something along those lines. But yeah, I'll post some pictures here shortly. But yeah, I'm going to sit here and do this for a while. Just sit here and spin this little guy. Because he is too cute not to spin around. So I'm going to pop off here. Thank you guys for popping in. And eventually my lives will be a lot better, a lot more streamlined, a lot less messy. I just kind of like to get on and create. I don't really, sometimes just don't have a plan to do that. And it's just fun to sit and make stuff and talk to everybody. So thanks guys for popping in and I will see you guys next time.